Okay, and we're back. Week 11 of the NFL has come and gone, and we have a lot of very interesting storylines, beginning with major contenders for the Super Bowl not being in it anymore. Chiefs, not in the playoff picture. Lions, not in the playoff picture. Texans, not in the playoff picture. Commanders, not in the playoff picture. Are any or all of these teams going to miss the playoffs? Let's get into it. Welcome to the newest episode of SDW.
Super Dario World.
Eric, let me tell you something. YouTube is stupid. It's stupid, and I hate it sometimes. I do not know why or what the hell is happening with my account, but I had set the titles, I had set the image, but it reverted back to the last one. And as I was looking into all this dumb stuff, I found that our picks video from last week never loaded. And it didn't even tell me. So here I am, like an idiot, thinking that our picks got posted and people enjoyed our content, and it wasn't even there. It wasn't even there. So yeah, that's not good.
What are people listening to?
I have no idea. I would not be surprised if the rates of calls to suicide hotlines just went up 100%. I would not be shocked. Anyway, Chuck Dominguez, yes. Go Broncos, go Broncos. Honestly, much respect. You know what? Thank you for your service. You did your part. Good for you. I wish you the best, and we'll get into your game when we get into your game. Just far. I like your pre-show intro song. I imagine Eric on the keyboard with the shades on, jamming out. See, there you go. Listen, there's people thinking about you, man. They're having fantasies about you, and also
People know me.
your look right now kind of like looks like an edgy video that you could be like dan 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 dan, like playing an organ. That'd be awesome. Yeah,
kind of going like this.
Dan. Dun, 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 dun. Yep, there you go. Yeah, see, there's a keyboard right behind you. You could have just used that. There you go. That's for the people. Before we get into it, let me just give you a quick reminder that any comments, questions, or suggestions, you can find me at DarioSDW at Super Dario World. Like this video, share this video, subscribe to this channel, all that good stuff really helps us out. If we make it to 10,000 subs before the end of the 2025 NFL season, I will go on a 10,000-mile road trip and record most of it. Now, all right, I'm actually kind of hoping that doesn't happen because I'm probably going to be moving, and that's going to be a major pain in the ass, but it doesn't matter. Subscribe anyway. It really helps.
Miles in there already.
Yeah, definitely. But it's really going to help me out. Definitely. So let's get started. There was a lot of pretty interesting stuff that happened this weekend. Do you want to begin with the playoff picture or save it to the end?
I'll save it till the end.
I will save it to the end. So we'll continue. Thursday night football. We saw the Patriots dominating the New Jersey Jets. How do you feel about the new uniforms? The weird kind of blue, it's not powder blue, it's like baby blue look. I didn't hate it. I didn't love it. Like, it doesn't feel like the Patriots to me. But, you know,
it looks like the Colts.
Kind of, right? Like if the Colts and the Titans had a baby. No, it looks kind of like the Titans. Anyway, doesn't matter. The rookie, Davion Henderson, had a 3-touchdown night, so it was a hat trick for him. Looks like they're starting to catch fire on offense. Again, it was against the Jets, so let's just hold our horses there. But Patriots have a particularly easy schedule the rest of the way, so do not be shocked if they end up being the number 1 seed in the AFC once again. The evil empire has returned. And actually, for those of you, no, we're not going that direction. This is the Thrawn Empire, okay? Those of you who know. Those of you who don't know, well, you should. It's actually pretty good. Check out Heir to the Empire, the Thrawn series. It's good. I recommend it. It's the good Star Wars sequels. But
you mean the Ahsoka show?
No, shut the fuck up with the Ahsoka show.
Is that the Thrawn you're referred to?
That they completely butchered on that show? Yes, but that's not what we're talking about right now. Let's see comments here. Chuck Dominguez, the real kings of the AFC West, have taken their rightful place in the throne. Just far, will you upload your last week's pick video so we can see how off you were this week? Listen, good. you can check it out on the NFL Picks page, as I have it right here, NFLPicksPage.com, or you can just listen to the podcast. It's probably on iTunes, it's on other stuff, so you can just listen to it there. I don't want to load it onto YouTube because it's gonna fuck up the timeline thing. It's gonna get confusing. Listen, we're already not smart enough as it is. I might just copy it to the end of the picks. It doesn't matter, because the audio part was loaded on iTunes because iTunes is actually, functional. The issue is fucking YouTube that's been messing with me. I don't know why. They tried to cancel me. They tried to cancel my channel. They tried to ruin me. And fair enough, again, I'm so bad at predicting football. And they're like, this is a community service, guy. Get out of the air.
We are blatant misinformation.
Oh, yes. Yeah, definitely. But, if you want to listen to it, it's over there, or you can just check out the picks. I did not do well. All right. I have not done well the entire season. I did not do well this season. However, I did predict the Patriots to win. So there you go. Next up,
I do have a strategy, though.
What's your strategy?
I'm going to tell you right now, since you're going to see it anyways.
Okay.
For the rest of the season, I'm going to pick the Chiefs.
Okay. All right. I think I see.
It's worked every time.
There you go. Keep doing it, man. Keep taking one for the team. Just Far says, I'll check it out on audio. Thanks, man. Appreciate it. Actually, it's better for me on the YouTube numbers, but I'm sorry, the iTunes numbers. I don't know why, but whatever. Let's continue. The first ever game in Spain featured the Washington Commanders and the Miami Dolphins. The Dolphins squeaked away with a victory, 13-16 in overtime. Nobody watched this game probably because, it was crazy early and it's two teams that are garbage. However, the Commanders had an opportunity to win it. They just missed a game-winning field goal, and then the Dolphins ran it down their throats after an interception. So that's pretty much the long and short of it. It's not that the Dolphins are good. It's that the Commanders are, bad.
Is McDaniels saving his job?
He might be. I know for sure that Dan Quinn's job is in trouble, so we'll see how that goes. I also picked.
Was Jaden Daniels still out?
No, yeah. He dislocated his elbow. It's at least a month. I did pick the Dolphins to win. What?
What if he's not a bitch?
Well, then that of course he'd be playing right now. But clearly he is total bitch. We're kidding. No, he's just.
Okay, get well soon, James.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, football's better with you on the field. Next, we have the Carolina Panthers. Upsetting? Not really, because they have a better record. The Atlanta Falcons, 30-27 in overtime. Two big pieces of news from this game. First off, injuries. One quarterback, Michael Penix Jr., injured his knee and is out for the season for the Falcons, meaning that the rest of the way they will go with one Kirk Cousins, who could not convert a third down to save his life. And wide receiver Drake London injured his knee, and he's also week to week. So those are terrible injuries for a team that's in a currently terrible spot. They got swept by the Carolina Panthers, division rivals.
I fucking have London on my fantasy too. God damn it.
Yeah, sucks for you, buddy. And on the other side of the field, we had one quarterback, Bryce Young, breaking the Panthers record for yards. He was 31 out of 45 for 448 yards, breaking Cam Newton's record, also 3 TDs. So if you would have told me, break down how the Panthers are going to beat the Falcons, I would have said on the ground, with Rico Dowdle leading the way. Turns out, they won on the arm of Bryce Young, who was actually out a little bit in this game with an injury, came back, won it in overtime. So congratulations, Bryce Young. You might be saving your job. So, good on you. We'll see. Again, it was against the Falcons, and the Falcons are just totally imploding, and it's honestly hysterical because you know why. I just saw this meme, and I didn't verify anything. I just take anything that I see in a meme as a fact, because That's how information works. The Falcons,
as good people do.
The Falcons interviewed 5 people, well, 6 technically, for their head coaching position. Mike Vrabel, Jim Harbaugh, Bill Belichick, Kevin O'Connell, and Raheem Morris, who they ended up hiring, and I'm missing somebody there. Doesn't matter. Point is, they interviewed those guys.
Andy Reid?
They interviewed those guys. Oh, yeah, and Ben Johnson. And they went with Raheem Morris, and look how it's working out, Atlanta. You just, you make decisions to keep yourselves out of quarterback hell. Guess where you are right now? Right smack dab in the middle of it. And you picked the guy who had already failed as a head coach before. And what's happening now? He's failing as a head coach again. And you had extraordinary options to pick from. So first off, thank you for not picking Jim Harbaugh. Second off, just fuck the Falcons, man. I don't know what else to say. I mean, you deserve it.
that's what the owner said, anyways.
Yeah.
But I am curious. Maybe the owner just has not gotten over that embarrassment from when he was on the field in the Super Bowl.
Oh, maybe. I don't know. I think he still goes down on the field. Jesus Christ, but whatever.
I was thinking, out of that list, who would you pick?
I mean, I'd stick with Jim Harbaugh. Like Jim Harbaugh
for the Falcons.
Oh, for the Falcons.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Because I'm not sure if he would be the best guy for them, because I feel like he's a great coach for the Chargers, simply because he has Herbie.
Well, here's the thing: if he would have been on the Falcons, then he probably would have picked JJ McCarthy, I'm assuming, as his quarterback.
Maybe Shador?
I don't think so, no, because it was the last draft. I don't know. That requires some thinking. But, I mean, Vrabel...
And we hate doing that in this show.
Listen, Vrabel and Harbaugh went to phenomenal situations because they already had the guy. They already had the QB. Ben Johnson is kind of turning Caleb Williams around. It wasn't the best situation, but he got a guy who was really raw, and he is turning him into a competent quarterback. At least, they're winning games in the fourth quarter because of him, which is good. Kevin O'Connell has been a quarterback whisperer for everybody that he's played on, that he's had under center, pretty much. So, except Wentz. I honestly, I think for the Falcons, for the culture, for the area that they're in, I probably would have gone with Bill Belichick. Just because they didn't have a quarterback. And so they needed a very good defense. And so in that division, I think the defense is probably going to take you way farther. So I'm going to go with Bill Belichick on that one.
Fair enough. I was thinking when you mentioned Caleb Williams with Ben Johnson, he's sort of giving me Jared Goff with McVay vibes. When Jared Goff was with the Rams.
What do you mean?
Jared Goff has gotten a lot better ever since he left the Rams.
Yeah.
You'd agree? And I think it was partially the fact that McVay was a coach that really needed somebody like a Matthew Stafford, somebody who he didn't really have to coach.
Yes.
Somebody who they were on the same level, while Jared Goff had felt like he always seemed lost when he was out there with the Rams.
Listen, your point doesn't make sense because Ben Johnson has made Caleb Williams better. So it's not a McVay with Goff. It's actually Goff with Ben Johnson.
No, what I mean is, I think Caleb Williams has only gotten better because he's playing for Ben Johnson.
Okay. All right. I misunderstood. I thought you said you compared him to McVay. But anyway, doesn't matter. Chuck Dominguez, hey, Dario, can I still listen to the podcast on iHeartRadio? You should be able to. I believe so. Just far, I remember watching that Super Bowl. The owner on the field is 100% the reason they lost. Yes. honestly,
the football gods have not forgiven.
That's got to be like a top 10 most embarrassing football moments. Like where do you even hide, man? Where do you even hide? All the cameras are on you. Everybody's clowning on you. Eric's pissed off. He's holding a grudge 10 years later. Great. Anyway, let's move on. We wasted too much time on the stupid Falcons. Let's move on.
Fuck the Falcons.
Yeah, probably the best game of the weekend. Buffalo Bills laying the schmack down on the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, 32-44. Josh Allen, 3 touchdowns on the air, 3 touchdowns on the ground. There was no defense being played anywhere, probably, in the first half. The Buccaneers put up a fight, man. And there was a point in this game where I was like, man, if they only had one of their weapons, either Bucky Irving or Godwin or Evans, they'd probably be dominating. But then I thought, wait, the Bills don't have Kincaid, and Coleman got suspended. So it was all right. Maybe they were kind of even there. But Jesus Christ, Superman put on his cape and just went flying all over freaking Buffalo, man. That was a fun game to watch. Back and forth. There was like 100 lead changes. So that's usually a sign of a good game. Not a good defensive game, but a good game. You know what I'm saying?
Man, the Bucks are kind of getting frustrating to watch because I want to see them at full power.
Listen,
but
the Bucks have a mid-season collapse every year, every season. I don't know why. It might be because Todd Bowles is probably not a very good head coach. He just has a very talented roster. But it doesn't matter if they're collapsing because they're in a terrible division. So they can afford it. But yes, I do want to see them at 100%. Because if this is how they're playing, like they've given us 2 of the best games this season against the Seahawks and against the Bills. If this is how they're playing and they're at like one arm tied behind their backs, how will they look, when they're unleashed? So hopefully they will get 100% before the end of the season and we'll get to see it. Next, boring game. Texans versus Titans. Texans barely survive. Didn't really watch this game. It was stupid. Big piece of news. Calvin Ridley broke his fibula, wide receiver, so he's out for the season. So, the team that really doesn't have much weapons just lost one of the big ones. So, sucks for the Titans. Their season continues to suck. Next, as we're talking about, Bears sneak out a victory from the Minnesota Vikings. This game, man. It was looking very similar to the game that they had to start the season. The Bears were dominating early on defense. JJ McCarthy was turning the ball over. He looked terrible. Then at the end of the game, gets a rally together, starts moving the ball, gets a touchdown, but
left the game with a winning score.
But the defense collapsed on the final drive, or the Bears offense just, turned it on, got into field goal range.
Teams collapsed.
Definitely they collapsed, special teams. And they managed to squeak out a victory with a field goal. So the hot streak continues for the Chicago Bears, and they are currently in control of the NFC North, as everybody predicted. Yes.
That's what happens when you objectively have God on your side.
Yes, definitely. So Ben Johnson, great job over there. We saw your first few games and we were like, man, this is going to be a tough season. But slowly, little by little, they've been making progress. Caleb Williams, slowly, little by little, has been making progress. They might actually end up being they're also, they got injuries a little bit for the defense. They're starting to get guys back. So little by little, there's hope that the Bears will make the playoffs for the first time in I don't know how long. Honestly, I don't even remember.
I do like the theory going on that it's going to be the Steelers versus the Bears in the Super Bowl.
Mm-hmm.
And well,
we know what's going to happen there. And their owner is going to...
It's going to be owner versus team.
They actually play each other this week.
But I think Rodgers is not going to play.
We'll see. We'll get to it when we get to it. Next, we have the Green Bay Packers squeaking a victory from Jameis Winston and the New Jersey Giants. This game was a lot closer than it should have been. A lot closer than Green Bay fans are probably comfortable with. I don't know why wide receivers kept dropping balls left and right. I don't know why the Green Bay Packers defensive players kept dropping interceptions left and right. Like Jameis just wanted that pick, man. It's part of his DNA.
I was actually really happy that the game ended in the most Jameis Winston way possible.
Fumble, turnover, pick.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. So
it was the pick.
No. I think it ended with this play right here. Like Parsons cost a fumble right there. I'm pretty sure. Anyway.
I think. Yeah.
Point is, they managed to squeak out a victory, but Jameis did make the game a lot more interesting. So that's his job. Make them more watchable. Next, we have
Jameis Winston still has my favorite. I managed to save my career strategy that I've ever seen.
Oh yeah, I remember. But you can say it. You can say it. What do you do? How did he save his career?
Well, I mean, after the coming off a season where he threw the most interceptions, I think in history, right?
Mm-hmm.
It was insane.
Sure. Let's make it canon.
Yeah, immediately he goes get eye surgery. He's like, "Oh, I'm half blind actually.
LASIK.
I can't see shit.
Brilliant.
Yeah, I can't see at all." That's like, really?
That man's clever. He's very clever. Good for him.
Earned himself a backup spot for a few seasons at least.
Yeah, it's like, you know what? We'll give you a shot. Next, we have the Cincinnati Bengals getting the asses beat technically by the Pittsburgh Steelers. Big news from this game is twofold. First, quarterback Aaron Rodgers fractured his left wrist. He is day to day. He says he wants to play on Sunday because it's against the Chicago Bears. But, their season it's hanging on the edge of a knife. So falter but a little and they will fail. The other big piece of news here is we got Spitgate 2. Wide receiver Jamar Chase is suspended for a game for spitting on cornerback Jalen Ramsey. Also, Jalen Ramsey got ejected from the game for punching Jamar Chase, who spat on him. So, I don't know what the hell is going on with players spitting on people this season, but it needs to stop. I
think this is the first time it actually connected, though. The loogie connected.
I don't know, man. It's stupid. It's the dumbest way.
Did you see the interview afterwards where Jamar Chase, they asked him like, "Hey, so why'd you spit on Jalen Ramsey?" He's like,
I never opened my mouth at that man.
Like, nope.
Listen, fair enough. Deny. I think he's trying to appeal, but
there's multiple camera angles.
In HD, 4K, but listen,
deny.
Deny.
Say I.
That ain't real. Yeah, I wasn't even there that day.
I didn't play. If I played, we would have won.
So we'll see how the appeal goes. Next, in a game that we're not going to talk a lot about, the Chargers got their asses beat by the Jacksonville Jaguars. What the fuck is it with Clowntown? Why the fuck does Clowntown always just make our team look like the biggest assholes, clowns in the fucking NFL? What is it? Is it, I don't know, but is it the uniforms? Is it the color? What the fuck happened on Sunday? This is the worst I've seen this team look in a very, very long time. This is the worst I've seen this team with Justin Herbert under center, because you could argue that, they looked worse in the game against the Raiders where Brandon Staley got fired. However, that was not with Justin Herbert under center. He was injured. It was with Easton Stick. So I do not understand how they could have collapsed this, epically against the fucking Jaguars. So if you want to try to find an answer to what the fuck happened that day, I have a theory. Still not an excuse, but the only thing that I can see maybe as an explanation is that they were looking past the Jaguars at the bye week, and they just forgot to show up. They were like, oh, well, it's going to be an easy game. It's going to be a cakewalk. The defense is not really that tough. They had a game plan for a team that hasn't really been pass rushing that much. And lo and behold, turns out the Jaguars were extremely motivated and their season was on the fucking line and they just tried to kill you. So it was a failure on all fronts. It was a failure by the defense. It was a failure by the offense. It was a failure by special teams. Everybody probably had the worst game of their career. Justin Herbert didn't even reach 100 yards. And so a passing, I think it was like, it didn't even reach 90 yards. It was just total, complete failure. Fortunately, they go into a bye week, which will hopefully help them recover a little bit. And they'll have to sit and think about this ass whooping for a couple weeks, which they deserve. And, you know, it happens. It happens sometimes. I've had days when, you know, my softball teams, we're going into a game and we're like, man, it's against this team. Pfft, easy. We're just going to roll them and just get into the playoffs and all this shit. And lo and behold, game day comes and they beat our asses. It happens. It shouldn't happen when you're a professional and you get paid to do that. But, you know, they have, according to Jim Harbaugh, well, not according to Jim Harbaugh, it's a fact. They have been playing 15 weeks straight of football, if I'm not mistaken, because they had an extra game for the preseason. It's a team that's tired. It's a team that's injured. It's a team that needed the bye week. Hopefully, they get their heads out of their asses. And fortunately, they have the Raiders coming back. The Raiders at home. So it's a few weeks of them being back at home. Then they have the Eagles at home on a Monday night. So on that part, it's looking good on the other side. The record is about what I expected it to be at this point. They just lost against teams that I did not expect them to. So we'll see. Now, on the downside of thing is now I don't see the division being on the horizon. At this point, 2 games behind the Broncos. Honestly, I don't think I even want them to get the 5 seed. I would be much more comfortable with them in the 6 seed, because the 5 seed, it will probably go against the Ravens, and I'd rather them not play the Ravens. So if they end up with the 6th seed, I'm actually okay with it. So as long as they get there, and if they're the reason why the Chiefs don't get there, it'll make it even better. However, on the other side, it's possible that the team that's on the outside looking in the playoff picture, it's the Chargers, and the Chiefs are in. So it's not a good spot. It's not a good spot to be in. Again, they're 2.5 games up on the Chiefs. That's all that matters at this moment. They have a very winnable game coming out of the bye. The Chiefs have a very losable game against the Colts. Hopefully, this is a teaching moment. I don't know why Liam Cohen has always whooped their asses. Like last season, the worst game they had last season was against the Buccaneers when Liam Cohen was the offensive coordinator for them. And again, whooped their asses. So, and they played fine afterwards. So they managed to turn around after that game. So hopefully things get turned around. They get the spanking. They got the spanking out of the way. And, you know, they're so embarrassed that they double their efforts or something. I don't know. But let's see what the comments are saying. Check the minks. I'll tell you what happened. The Chargers choke. They didn't choke, man. Choking implies that they were winning.
We didn't even put it in our mouth.
No, they got choked. Like that was like a submission hold. Like, yeah. I think they had 4 plays in the entire third quarter. I know 4, and one of them was a freaking interception. It was just grade A ass whooping from the freaking Jaguars. Clowntown. I don't get it.
It looks like Clowntown is the AFC West killer this season, to be fair.
Yep. Hopefully they take down the Broncos too.
I was actually looking up some stats.
Actually, no. I'm sorry. I take that back. I want the Broncos to beat Clowntown. It's at this point, you know, we're talking tiebreakers. It's better if the Broncos beat Clowntown and the Broncos stay on top of the division and all that good stuff at this point. So, but also, by the way, just far surprised you two didn't show up today in clown costumes again. See, it's not the same. It's not the same because
the other one was the playoffs.
Yeah, it was the playoffs. That stings
and
more.
That was a big fucking choke.
However, Eric did show up all bruised up. If you want to show him, like he got his ass beat too. So like, yeah, look at that poor guy. I'm gonna put you on the big screen, okay? Like, look at him. Look, it's disgusting. It's horrible.
You want me to take off my shirt?
No, please don't. You just want to show off that you've been working out. But yeah, look at him. Look.
I got some bruises on my titties.
No nipples. This is a family show.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I was actually looking up some stats while you were talking.
Not from this game, please, dear God, not from this game.
Well, I mean, technically it includes it. Justin Herbert has had 35 sacks this season.
And they made him into a pretzel.
Yeah. I'm getting concerned, and I think there's actually a petition going on around Twitter/X, which is, what if we just cryogenically freeze Justin Herbert the rest of the season?
Listen, what doesn't kill you makes you stronger. Makes you stronger. The problem is that it will kill him.
It will kill him.
Listen, I don't understand the game plan here because they had a pretty good protection plan set up against the Steelers, who supposedly had a better front seven. So I don't know if they were like, we won't need it against we won't need it. I don't know why I keep saying the Bengals. We won't need it against the Jaguars. We'll try something else, and it just did not work completely because the Jaguars came in, with a vengeance. The thing that really concerns me is the defense because they were not able to stop the run at all, like not even a little bit. And so, again, the same thing happened last year against the Buccaneers. So maybe Liam Cohen has like the secret sauce against Jesse Minter. It's just a bad matchup. One is a Charmander and one's a freaking Squirtle. But I don't know, man. That just looked horrible from beginning to end. Like the game started with a sack. And not just a sack. It was an intentional grounding. So, Unfortunately, it's a bye week, and the players will get to think about it for a couple of weeks, and hopefully that makes them focus or something. The downside of that is fans get to sit with that feeling for 2 weeks. So, fortunately, the Chiefs lost. So there you go. That's something. Next.
That was honestly the consolation. Let's talk shit about the Chiefs now.
Not yet. Seattle Seahawks against the LA Rams. The LA Rams managed to squeak out a victory because the Seahawks missed a game-winning field goal. It was a really long one, but this game was fun.
Two very good teams.
Two very good teams. Sam Darnold was seeing ghosts out there. He threw a lot of interceptions. So that Rams defense really gets in Sam Darnold's head. I think it's probably the worst game we've seen him play this season, at least off the top of my head. But even with all the interceptions, they were there. They could have won this game. So this is the first road victory they've had all season. I'm sorry, the first road loss they've had all season. So also, I don't like the black uniform for the Rams. The shoulder thing bothers me. But I don't know. Does this change stuff in the NFC West? Does this mean that the Seahawks are not as good as we thought? Are the Rams actually better than anybody gives them credit for? Who knows? They'll play each other again.
The Rams are really, really complete.
Yeah.
Like on all sides of the ball. I think, new team, maybe Darnold finally start showing some cracks, but I still believe in Seattle. They're still top dogs.
Mm-hmm. They're also very complete. Next, we have the San Francisco 49ers beating the ever-living hell out of the Arizona Cardinals. We had the big piece of news before even the game started. One Marvin Harrison Jr. was out of the game with appendicitis. He is currently week to week, so sucks for the Cardinals. We had the return of...
Is that an injury?
Appendicitis? Sure.
It's an illness, right?
Yeah. But, I mean, non-contact injury. I don't know what they call it, or I don't know what they call it, but yeah, that he has one of those. We saw the return of Brock Purdy, and again, they dropped 41 points on the Cardinals. So all that controversy of, is Mac Jones going to be leading the way? I doubt it. The man had, 3-4 touchdowns. I think he is very, very comfortably their QB1, and the 49ers are starting to show signs of life again against the Cardinals. But they are still making noise in that division. They may still have a shot at taking that division because they're what, 3-1? No, 4-1 in the division. So they might still take it. They have the most important wins in the season, so which is against the divisional rival. So we'll see how that goes. And an interesting piece of information: history was made in this game. One quarterback.
I do know that one.
Yeah, one Jacoby Brissett, quarterback of the Arizona Cardinals, broke the record for the most passes completed in a single game, throwing 47 out of 57 and only scoring 22 points. And again, without his number one receiver. How this is done, I have no idea. But congratulations, one Jacoby Brissett. You are the record holder. I believe the previous record was tied between Drew Bledsoe and Jared Goff, if I'm not mistaken. So, congrats. Next, we have the Cleveland Browns getting dominated by the Baltimore Ravens. This game was actually closer than you would think. The defense kept the Browns close. Actually, they gave them the lead early with a pick six. However, quarterback Dylan Gabriel got injured. He has a concussion. He is currently day-to-day. And so we got to see the first glimpse of one Shedeur Sanders who kind of sucked ass. So everybody waiting to see Shedeur Sanders on the field. You did. He ended up with 4 out of 16, 47 yards, 1 INT, and 3 rushes for 16 yards. So everybody who was waiting with bated breath to see Shedeur Sanders light up the league, you're going to have to wait another week. Maybe 2. Maybe a season. Maybe the rest of his career. It was a bad start. Let's just leave it at that. He might turn around. Probably not with the Browns. I don't know. What do you think?
I think in general, rookie QBs need to sit for a while.
Yes.
I'm pretty sure the Browns have a couple extra QBs there that could use.
You mean you're talking about one Deshaun Watson, right? Who I have no idea why they haven't cut yet. Like I don't know why you keep him around, but whatever.
I didn't know he was healthy.
I don't even know if he's healthy. I don't know what the hell. Listen, it's Cleveland, man. Nobody knows what they're doing. They don't know what they're doing. But anyway, next we have finally the Denver Broncos beating the ass of the Kansas City Chiefs 19-22. So this game actually started off terribly, with terrible news. News that could be season changing. One, J.K. Dobbins, his foot injury, worse than we expected. Has to have surgery. He is out for the season. So our boy J.K. just can't catch a break. No pun intended.
AFC West is killing him.
Because the AFC in general, because the Ravens, he couldn't stay healthy with them either. And it sucks because he's really good. He's just brittle. It's unfortunate. So sucks for JK. And it's concerning for the Broncos. Not as much, but still. I mean, they did draft RJ Harvey. It's now his chance to do something with it. I was concerned.
It's not too concerning. It's not too concerning because their whole team is their defense.
Fair enough. But I was concerned because in this game, they went into it without their best offensive player, JK, and without their best defensive player, Patrick Surtain. It was one of those things where it's like, it's just set up for the fucking Chiefs to pull off some of their fucking bullshit and win this game, right? It's like, of course, we've seen this game before. But no bullshit, no Chiefs bullshit was enough to go up against this Broncos defense. Because holy shit, mad freaking respect, Broncos. Thank you for slaying the demon. Thank you for bringing the Chiefs down low. They aren't even sniffing the playoff picture right now. They're so far down. They're beneath the Texans right now. So thank you for making this at least a somewhat bearable weekend. So I don't know. How do you feel about this game before I even get into other stuff?
I feel conflicted. Mainly because it feels weird being happy, so happy that the Donkeys won.
I'm more happy that the Chiefs lost.
This feels, you know what it feels like? It feels like World War II. And I mean, it's like, you know, allying with the Soviets against the Nazis.
Yes, the World War II that we lived through. Yes, of course.
Well, it reminds me of it, you know?
Okay.
It's got echoes. You know how history it rhymes?
Okay.
Like in Star Wars?
Mm-hmm.
So the Chiefs are the Nazis. So we got to beat the Nazis. So, I mean, we got to ally with the Soviets, who are not good dudes, but, you know.
They're not.
They're pretty strong.
Yep. Let's see. Imagine if we had a healthy team, the Chiefs would have gotten dominated. Bo Nix played better than Mahomes. Listen, I'm gonna do the Broncos a solid here. I'm gonna do you guys a favor. Stop throwing the damn ball to stupid Franklin. Just stop it. I know he got that final catch, which got you the first down to win the game and all that stuff. But stop throwing that man the ball. Bo Nix and that guy can't connect. All right? They just can't. I think he connected 1 out of 4. And a lot of those were very catchable throws. So I have no idea what the fuck is going on with it. You would score like 10 times more points if you just stop throwing the ball to Franklin. All right? So there you go. That's my public service announcement for the Broncos. I hate that I had just helped you. I hate that I just gave you advice that will make your freaking offense score 20 more points a game. But this needs to stop. It makes for really bad football. Anyway, yes, Bo Nix looked better than Mahomes. The Chiefs' defense is just not what it used to be. I mean, they're still dangerous, but they're not as dominant as they were a season ago. Chris Jones is not as dominant as he was a few seasons ago. Clearly, as we've been saying for a while, the dynasty is no more. No more. And they were really not that great to begin with. It was mostly the refs helping them out. And the refs helped them out a lot this game. I think
I would say let's wait until they miss the playoffs. Let's just do that.
No. I want to talk shit about them right now. We might not get another chance.
Listen, we don't want to pull a Falcons and, you know, celebrate too early, okay?
Listen, I know. And
believe me, I know about that.
I know. And I can see this. I can see this happening. I can see us talking shit about the Chiefs right now. And at the end of the day, the Chargers missing the playoffs because the Chiefs kicked them out. I can totally see that happening. And it makes me sick. It makes me sick to my stomach. However, you gotta enjoy the good stuff while you can, all right? Because at the end of the day, we might have to eat shit. So it's might as well make fun of them now. Because there's also a 50-50 chance that we'll end up making more fun of them later. So there you go. Kelly says, fix Mahomes and you fix the team. I don't think Mahomes is the problem. I definitely do not think Mahomes is the problem.
Mahomes is keeping them alive.
Yeah, their O-line was terrible. They have too many penalties because they're dirty players. And they just couldn't protect them. Again, the Broncos pass rush is pretty good. And their secondary is also pretty good. So I don't care if you have the best quarterback in the world. He can't throw to players who are not open. That's how you end up doing 2 interceptions in the same drive, which is crazy. But of course, you know, the refs bailed them out there. Also, I don't understand this. I didn't know that you couldn't hit the quarterback after he threw an interception. You would think you should be able to whoop their ass right there, right? But they were like, no, you're illegal block in the back. What else are you supposed to do? You were running at him. And he's, at that point, a defender. It's stupid. I don't know. Did you see that play?
I did not, but now that you mention it, I don't understand the logic behind it. Is it... Because I've seen... You can totally hit players in the back, like if you're a defender, right? Or if they're defenders.
No, well, not really. Not in certain plays.
I mean, if they're going for the tackle, I mean, you can sort of shove them, right?
Yeah, I think so. By the way, you know how we requested for it to be illegal for the Pittsburgh Steelers to play in primetime?
Right.
All right. It should also be illegal for fucking Tony Romo to do Chiefs games. I don't know why he always gets them, and he's the most fucking annoying commentator there is when it comes to fucking Patrick Mahomes. Here we have Patrick Mahomes doing a pick six. Not a pick six, throwing an interception, and he's sucking his dick because he ran and tried to get the ball back. Right? You're not praising.
Look at that hustle.
You're not praising the freaking Denver defense for forcing the interception, for taking the interception and running it all the way back. No, you're sucking the guy's dick for running to try to stop his own fucking interception. This needs to stop.
You see, Jim, the receiver just wasn't there for Pat in that play, but you see Mahomes just running there, trying to hustle and make the best out of a bad situation. What a guy.
I don't understand. Like, instead of praising the defense, it's stupid. But we need to get that petition going. It needs to stop. It's bad TV. Let me see. Kelly, he's a prancing pony in the pocket, too indecisive. Well, if you don't have anybody open, why am I fucking defending Mahomes? You know what? You're right. He's a bitch-ass pony boy. Fire him. Cut him right now. Yes. Get him out of here. Loser. Get him out of Kansas City. You guys deserve way, but you don't fire Andy Reid while you're at it. Bunch of fucking losers. Clowns over there. Get him out. They're not even the playoff picture right now. They're not even sniffing it. Best quarterback in history. Get out the fuck out of here. How dare you? You can't even tie Tom Brady's cleats. Jesus Christ. Can't even tie Drake May's cleats right now. Jesus H. Christ.
Oh.
Chuck Dominguez, thank you. Tony Romo has been... Yes.
Well, what'd he say?
Thank you. Tony Romo has been in Mahomes' dick. Man, I remember like the moment where I was out on Tony Romo 100%. And it's a great moment.
It was at the end of the Super Bowl with the Bucks, right?
Yes, the Super Bowl against the Bucks, going head to head.
Where they got obliterated.
Yes, going head to head against the GOAT, Tom Brady. And he's like, no, don't worry about it. Like he lost it, but don't worry. Patrick Mahomes, he'll be back again and he'll break the record, something like that. And it's like, what the fuck are you talking about?
He didn't say he'll break the record, but he sort of made like
he'll catch up. Like
he sort of suggested like he'll make it somehow. And it's like, dude, Brady has 7.
First off,
these things.
It's like Tony Romo. How many Super Bowls did you ever make in your career? 0. You know why? Because it's not easy to get there. All right? It's not easy. And in that game, what was happening was historic. It was freaking Tom Brady in the COVID season, switching franchises, going to a Super Bowl, dominating in it. You should have been speaking about that, not sucking Mahomes' dick for the future that he's gonna break that fucking record. And anyway, congratulations, Broncos. This was a hell of a win. I'm officially backing you to win the AFC West. You have my support. I'm hoping that you have so much control of the AFC West that you do not even need to play against the Chargers the last week of the season. That way it'll be like a mini bye for both teams. So at this point, I'm okay with it. I am okay with the Chiefs because with the Chiefs being out of the playoffs and the Broncos taking control of the AFC West. Because you know what? For the first time in their 8-9 win streak that they've had, they actually showed, you know what? We actually can play with the best of them. We are actually not winning because of luck. We actually are able to dominate in this game. So the defense we already knew was elite, but the offense was competent throughout. And so, yes, the win against the Eagles was impressive, but everybody's like, it could have been luck. The win against the Giants, the comeback, was impressive, but everybody's like, I mean, it was a collapse. They also got lucky, a few breaks, blah, blah. Here, looked like good football beginning to end. Dominant performance beginning to end, and it looked like the refs were against you. So you shown that you are capable of holding off the Chiefs. So at this point, I am okay with you just taking the AFC West, and then both teams taking a mini bye, the final game of the season, getting in healthy to the playoffs. What say you, brother?
Yeah, I'm gonna give the Dirty Donkeys their flowers, even though just feels wrong. But I mean, I'm probably not gonna. This is probably gonna be the most praise we give them for the rest of the season, because I'm not sure if they're gonna take the Chiefs the second time. I hope so. But at the end of the day, I hope to see you in the playoffs, and I want to beat you in the playoffs because that would be funny.
Sure. You know, I've said this many times. I don't hate the Broncos. I don't like them. I don't hate them. I hate the Raiders.
They're the ones I hate the least, yeah.
Yeah. It's like, I think Aaron Rodgers broke down the NFC North recently. And he was like, oh, this team and these team. I think with the Broncos, it's just a rivalry, right? So with the Raiders, it's hate.
Right.
With the Broncos, it's a rivalry. The funny thing is, the Broncos don't see us as rivals. We're like it's like LA San Diego, man. They don't see us as the we might look at them as rivals, but they're like clowns. You're not get close to a Super Bowl and then we'll actually consider you, right? But that's kind of how it feels. So there you go. We got some comments here. Dude, even the Cowboys fans don't like Tony Romo when he played for them. Hey,
yes, Brian caught that ball, damn it.
Yep. Kelly, why doesn't Andy rip Mahomes a new one on the sidelines? He would have Kelsey. Listen, I don't know if you know this. Patrick Mahomes makes way more money than Andy Reid does. And I mean,
that's what I'm thinking. It's like, you don't kill the golden goose?
Yeah, he makes a lot more money. So I'm pretty sure Andy Reid knows that if he goes up to the owner and he's like, it's Patrick or me, they'll be like, thank you for your service. Get the fuck out.
He won't even finish the sentence before he's out.
So I'm pretty sure that's why he doesn't rip him a new one. I'm pretty sure. Because he's a coward. He's a fat coward. Anyway, Chuck Dominguez, Super Bowl champs, baby. No, I do not want that for you. I'm okay with you beating the Chiefs. I do not want you to win a Super Bowl. It depends on who do you go up against in the NFC. Like, for example, I'll give you one, Eric.
Who would you be okay with?
All right, let's say, for example, it's Broncos-Falcons.
Broncos.
See? There you go.
Sorry, that was just a reflex.
So there you go. Right? So there's certain situations where you'd be like, all right, fine. I'm okay with the Broncos winning this one. Like, I didn't like the Panthers. When the Super Bowl was Broncos-Panthers, I was like, yeah, the Broncos are going to win that one all the way. Because I didn't think that the Panthers were for real. But anyway.
I just didn't like Cam Newton.
Fair enough. Chuck Dominguez at Kelly, because just like Tony Romo, he likes sucking Mahomes' dick. All right. Fair enough. Next, Sunday Night Football. A surprisingly boring game. The Detroit Lions being dominated by the Philadelphia Eagles defense. winning 9-16. The Lions, they need to kick field goals, man. I loved Dan Campbell's attitude, but a field goal once in a while won't kill you, okay? Once in a while, it'll actually make you win more games. It's okay to kick a field goal, especially when you're 0-5 on freaking fourth downs. It was just, sometimes it's not your night. Sometimes it's not the correct defense to try that against. So, not good. Not good for the Lions. Concerning. The Lions are like, 1 week they look unstoppable. The next week they're like, what the fuck? They lost against, huh? And that's why you are not currently in control of your division. I don't think you're not even in the playoff picture. The Lions would not make the playoffs if the season ended today, and it's because they refused to do field goals. Thoughts?
I'm concerned about the Lions. I like them, but I don't think they're doing too hot.
They don't
That's
like
personally me.
They don't like themselves. It's a problem. It's a problem. And finally, Monday Night Football, the Raiders played the Cowboys and they got their asses beat 33-16. Dak Prescott, I think, had like 4 touchdowns. Pickens looked unstoppable. Geno Smith had a really funny press conference afterwards, and I'll give it to him. Like, he was like, blame everything on me. If your wife's mad at you, blame it on me. If like you failed an exam, blame it on me. If the economy's like I was like, all right, respect. Still, Chip Kelly, the offensive coordinator for the Raiders, he needs to get fired yesterday. Clearly, what he's doing does not work. Actually, you know what? Keep him. The Raiders need to keep sucking, because when you make the Cowboys look that good, stay there. It's good for our division. What's up?
I did like the Stephen A. Smith on he has a YouTube channel, and his video today was like, settle down, Cowboy fans. It was just the Raiders.
Yeah. I mean, they did make some moves in the trade deadline. They came back from a bye week, but you're up against the big kahuna next week. You're up against the defending Super Bowl champs, the Philadelphia Eagles. If you beat them, all right, you're for real. But for the moment, you're not for real.
I don't know. I'm not convinced the Philadelphia Eagles are for real.
I mean, their defense is. And what we know about the Cowboys is that their defense is not very good. So if the Eagles can score a lot on them, that means that their defense still sucks. Fair enough?
For real.
Yeah. All right, so let's move on to the current playoff picture. Here's how things currently... Wait. Where did I do it? What did I do with it? Did I close it? Oh, wait, no, it was this one. All right, cool. Playoff picture. Here's how things currently stand. In the AFC...
What the fuck is that Bills logo?
It's the old one. So the number 1 seed in the AFC currently is the frickin' Denver Broncos with a 9-2 record, followed by the Patriots with 9-2, Colts with 8-2, and Steelers with 6-4. Then in the wild card, we have the Bills with 7-3, the Chargers with 7-4, and the Jaguars with 6-4. On the outside looking in, we have the Texans at 5-5, the Chiefs in 5-5, and the Ravens with 5-5. Close but no cigar, we have the Dolphins at 4-7, the Bengals at 3-7. So they might still have a chance, but probably not. On the NFC, we have the Philadelphia Eagles at 8-2, Rams at 8-2, Bears at 7-3. So not only are they in the playoffs, they are the number 3 seed right now. Buccaneers at 6-4, and the wild cards are Seahawks 7-3, Packers 6-3-1, and 49ers 7-4. On the outside looking in, we have the Lions at 6-4, the Panthers at 6-5, Cowboys 4-5-1, and Vikings at 4-6. Cardinals and Falcons, they're not even close. They're not even close. So, Eric, which do you think will change? If I have to make a guess, I think the Patriots will end up at the top of the AFC just because they have the easiest schedule amongst the 3 teams that are currently at the top, meaning Broncos, Patriots, Colts. The Steelers, I do not think they'll be able to hold on, so they will probably drop from 4. It will end up probably being the Ravens. And the wild card is interesting. The Jaguars have a tiebreaker against the Chargers and the Chiefs. The Chargers currently have the tiebreaker against the Chiefs. So I would not
Bills also.
I think the Texans have the tiebreaker against the Jaguars. So it's going to be an interesting... Oh, the Bills also have a tiebreaker against the Chiefs. So you're right. So I think the Bills will stay. I hope the Chargers will stay. And it's going to be between the Jaguars, Texans, and Chiefs. I think the most likely will be the Jacksonville Jaguars. What do you think? So I think pretty much things stay the same in the AFC side. I hope.
God, I need to see another game from the Chargers, because if you're asking me right now, I would say they're the ones most likely to drop out. But
well, listen, the Chargers currently have a 60% chance. Currently have a 60% chance. Chiefs have a 51%. So I think it's the first time in the entire season that the Chargers are above the Chiefs. And again,
fuck whoever does these calculations.
And again, right now, Chargers 7-4, right? Chiefs 5-5, so they're 2 games up. Chargers have a bye week, meaning they can't win, they can't lose, and the Chiefs are up against the Colts. So it's probably an L, right? So there's a possibility that by the time the Chargers get back, the Chiefs will be 5-6, which would be great. But, crazy things happen. On the NFC side, I think things are a lot more interesting. Again, Eagles and Rams, do they play each other? I think so. No, they already played each other, and the Eagles have the tiebreaker, which is good for them. The Bears. Okay. So let's begin.
I think the Packers might fall off.
So let's begin with the interesting one. Well, not the interesting one, the easier one. Buccaneers. So the NFC South. It's between the Buccaneers and the Panthers. 6-5 versus 6-4. Who do you think?
As everybody predicted.
Exactly. Who do you think is most likely to stay there? I think it's the Buccaneers, but I've been wrong before.
Yeah, I'd stick with the Bucs on that one. I'm not convinced that the Bears are gonna hold, but I haven't been convinced that they're gonna win for a while, and they've been winning. So,
well, listen, the Bears haven't really played in division much. They played the Vikings, and they got their asses beat by the Lions. So, listen, all right, it's this simple for the Bears. You want to stay in, you got to beat the Lions, who dropped 40 points on you last time you saw them. Is it possible? Sure, anything's possible. Is it probable? That's a lot more difficult. So let me see. Currently, their playoff probability is 58%. The Lions are at 74%. So that tells you a lot. Let's see. Chuck Dominguez says, "What the Chiefs
I think
are?"
They're gonna I think the Lions are gonna knock out the Packers.
Chuck Dominguez is like, "What? The Chiefs are not in the playoffs." Honestly, I hope the Chargers, the Bills, and the Jaguars win. Amen, brother. From your lips to God's ears. And this is why I want the Broncos to take a lead in the AFC West. Because if it comes down to the end of the season and the Chargers need a win to keep the Chiefs out of the playoffs, the Broncos will be like, we'll just put in our bench. We already have the AFC West sealed up. So we'll throw you a bone, give you an easy win, and the Chiefs stay out of the playoffs. So I like that scenario. I'll take that win.
Do you think they would do that?
Are you kidding me? To keep the Chiefs out of the playoffs? Of course they would do it.
Imagine if they don't and they beat us, and then the Chiefs are in and the Chiefs win the Super Bowl.
That's the scenario you want to avoid.
That would be like that's like Judas level of treason.
That's the ultimate nightmare, right? After talking so much shit the entire season. So I think, listen.
No, I almost want it to happen because just imagine.
Listen.
The chaos.
I'm sure nobody in any of the buildings will ever say it out loud. Nobody would ever admit to it, but it's one of those things that I can guarantee you. The Jim Harbaugh looks at Sean Payton in the eye on the field, and they're going to be like, yeah. All right, got you. Yeah. Like it's nobody's ever gonna say it. No words will be crossed. No text will be sent. Nothing. But it's one of those things that are like, yeah. It was kind of like when the Chargers and the Raiders were like, yeah, let's just tie and both make it into the playoffs. And then Brandon Staley was a fucking moron. Like everybody in the building knew, okay, we're tying, so we're both going. But one person was a moron. I think Jim Harbaugh's not a moron. So I hope. So I think that's very likely.
I think that's only going to happen if the Broncos have the number 1 seed, like guaranteed. So
listen, no, they're not going to get the number 1 seed. I mean, all right, they might. The Patriots have the easiest schedule to keep the number 1 seed. I think they have 2 really tough games left. Bills, who they already beat, and Ravens. Other than that, it's a freaking cake schedule. If we're just going through the difficulty of schedule, the Patriots are the most likely to be the number 1 seed. Probably.
Yeah. Bengals, Giants, Jets, tough. Yeah.
Let me see. Chuck Dominguez. Everybody needs to do their part to keep the Chiefs off the playoffs. Amen, brother. Hell yeah. Why risk injuring by starting our players? Why risk injuring our starting players? The Chiefs did that last year with us, so we will do the same. See? There you go. Even the Broncos fans in it. So as far as the wild card teams, 49ers look way better than the freaking Packers overall. And they've withstood so many injuries. I think they deserve it, man. They've won it. They've had to power through so much pain. And between the Packers and Bears, I mean, Packers have a better... Listen, if the Packers do not make the playoffs this season, you need to start rolling some heads. Because on paper, that freaking roster is phenomenal. So them not being able to put it together on the field doesn't make any sense. So the Lions are kicking somebody out. It's either the Packers or the Bears, maybe both. Because I don't think I don't think anybody else is doing anything.
If I have to bet, I think the Lions take the division.
Of course.
I don't think the Bears hold, but the Bears might actually stay in over the Packers.
Well, the Bears need to split with the Packers and they need to split with the Lions. Right? That's key.
I think the Packers suck right now.
Let me see. Sandman 8296. It's so nice to see the Bears in first place in the division after week 11. It feels unholy. It feels bizarre. It feels like...
Well, actually, it feels very holy.
It feels like the sign of the apocalypse. But, crazier things have happened. All you need to do is get hot at the right time and, have other teams collapse at the right time. I haven't had much good news about the Bears these past couple of years. Feel bad for Justin Fields in New York. Steelers and Rodgers are up next. Maybe Rodgers. Maybe. It's not a guarantee.
I think he's playing.
You kill Will himself to play? Maybe. I don't know. Also, Justin Fields, news. He's benched officially for New York. Benched for Tyrod Taylor. So, there you go. Is there anything you want?
Tyrod's still there?
Yeah. Is there anything else you want to add?
No, I think I'm good. We talked enough shit.
Yeah. Enough shit. All right, so there you go.
Let's keep the Chiefs out.
There you go. That's the only thing that matters. Only thing that matters, keeping the Chiefs out, who have been fake for the last few seasons, if you ask me. But anyway, as always, comments, questions, or suggestions, you can find me at DarioSDW and at Super Dario World. Again, like this video, share this video, subscribe to this channel, all that good stuff. It really helps me out. As always, thanks for joining us, and we'll see you again next time.